Hello and welcome to the intro of episode 7 of the Comedian's Tea Party with Deaves. In this episode I'm talking to Jordan Gray, who is an incredible character. She's so much fun. I really enjoyed this chat. And again, I've said it every single time. I know I keep saying I enjoy this chat, but I'm just having really good chats. It's really good fun. Like, I'd only met her a couple of days before, invited her straight on. And it was just a blistering chat. It went on and on, but like in absolutely not a bad way. This is a long episode, this one, but it's just a great, really fun, flowing chat. And it just we just covered so many different subjects. Like, we talked about how stupidity should be okay, and carrying your status on stage, whether that is stupidity or not, and Jordan's time on The Voice, and Lady Gaga being wrong about things. It turns out there was an ulterior motive to Jordan's appearance on this episode, because she just decided that she's going to try and out me as a homophobe, who I didn't even know. Who knew? We talk about anxiety. Jordan tries to solicit for a threesome, or plus, more than that, just a fun time with whoever. Which is apparently a genuine offer. So look into that. We discuss how she is the new Old Russell Brand. There's a good number of impressions, which becomes a lot of fun. It's surprising. Right? There's impressions to review the tea, and impressions that lead to other impressions that lead to impressions into impressions. Talk about Pokemon, and how that is what leads to more impressions, actually. So that's a fun moment. Jordan sings to me a surprising amount of times, and I get completely confused and lost by some of what is going on there. There's an exciting moment with a bit of a secret reveal of a film that she's working on, involving a very exciting actor, although that actor doesn't know they're involved yet, but when that comes about, and let me tell you, I reckon it will come about, and that is going to be incredible. So I'm genuinely excited to see how, if and when that turns out. Additionally, Jordan reveals the scientifically best biscuit. So worth listening in for that alone. It's just a really enjoyable chat. Thanks everyone, by the way, who came to my to my show at the Alex last weekend for Southend Comedy Festival. Don't forget, there's going to be a live recording of the Comedian's Tea Party on the 7th of July. So make sure you come down for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. The guest that I have lined up for that, if that all comes off, is going to be incredible. And if I can't get that person, then I will get a different equally exciting person. So either way, it's going to be really good, but I don't want to reveal the details of that until I know exactly. And otherwise, I am if you're anywhere near Kent, I've got a preview in Faversham on the 12th of July, so we could do sell them some more tickets for that. Additionally, look out in August, because on August the 11th I'm going to Camden Comedy Club to do a show, and at that point, hopefully, it's not even going to be a preview. It's just going to be the actual show in finished form. So yeah, come and see that. That's going to be really good fun. And stick around at the end to hear where you can find all the social things. Enjoy the show.
Let's bloody do it.
Bloody start. I mean, that'll do. That's
tell which
start,
one of us is
it?
which.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to the Comedian's Tea Party with Deaves, with me, Deaves, and today my guest is Jordan Gray.
Hello, all right.
Hello. Sorry, I forgot to check sound levels. It's probably fine. But
yeah, go on, have a little ear gander.
Oh yeah, we sound great.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah, good. How you doing?
I'm all right. Thanks for having me, and for having me on a podcast that promotes healthy tea consumption.
Yeah.
I myself am a teetotal, which I've just realised is quite a fun little segue there,
isn't
linguistically.
Yeah.
And this is nice. Green tea.
Green tea, yeah, mouthing green tea. This is it's another one from Teapigs, and again, thank you very much to Teapigs for sending me some free teas.
Cheers,
yeah.
pigs.
cheers, fellas.
Yeah.
They've just sent me. No, they've not. They've just released a cold brew tea,
Okay.
which like brews in cold water. They've got a couple. There's cucumber and apple, and I don't like cucumber, so
That'll be subtle,
not sure
though.
I'll enjoy it. I imagine it will be. Yeah, I tend to have a sort of my tongue goes fizzy when I have it, so I don't know. It might be okay.
Maybe
But
it's you eating pickles. Is it pickles you're thinking of?
It's pure Tabasco sauce.
I don't want to labour on everything you say, but there's a lot to unpack there. That your tongue fizzes at cucumber. That's unusual because it's the most sort of, what's the word? It doesn't react with anything.
It's neutral. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about
No,
as
but
pH neutral as it can be.
there's a similar acidity in it to pineapple.
Wow, didn't know that.
But the difference is I really like pineapple, so I'll have that regardless. Yeah, I'm sure that's the thing that I read, and I'm only saying that now because I'm pretty certain it is a thing that I read, but someone will hear it and
You've
go,
got to commit.
"Well, that's not true."
Yeah, you have to commit
so
to it.
I'll say I'm sure there's a thing that I read on the off chance that is untrue, because that's happened before.
Yeah.
I reserve the right to be wrong about anything.
That's nice. I think why people stopped thinking it's all right to say, I don't know, in any situation.
Absolutely, this is absolutely the thing. That's the funny thing, right? Because and it's going to sound like a weird brag, but like I'm a pretty intelligent guy, and sort of I'm quite wordy, and people turn to me like I should know everything, and then act like I'm a moron when I don't know everything.
Yeah,
and it's unfair.
It's not fair to be on that
It's
pedestal.
an unfair expectation.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
I
won't
a
ask
normal guy.
much. They're just like us. Smart people, they're just like us. I like being able now to say, like, I've got that lovely thing on stage where you could be wordy and verbose, but people aren't expecting me to be super clever.
Yeah.
Because I commit to this accent pretty hard. And I like that. That's really fun.
Is that, I was quite intrigued by that because obviously I only sort of met you for the first time a couple of days ago.
And I was Welsh then.
At Ross, yeah. And black. I think it might have been someone else.
Who is that mystery Welsh man?
No, obviously, Ross McGrain's night at the Alex on
Little
every
Smash
Sunday.
Comedy.
Yeah,
so good.
Great fun, it's a lovely gig.
How did you find it? Because I think you handled the chaos rather well.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's quite funny really because as someone that's sort of ostensibly awkward, I find sort of quite a level of joy. I was talking about this with Andy actually, who does quite a lot of stuff about Andy Story, who I had on the other day. He does quite a lot of stuff about being awkward, and his shows about being awkward. But I talked about it with him that he's just calling it down. It does cool down sort of fairly quickly.
Oh, just for listeners, for visual.
Yeah. Sorry,
I've added a little bit of water to the cup.
Yes.
And it was in an effort to distract you with my Machiavellian ways. Go on,
It won't work. My brain will keep track of where I left off.
Oh, okay.
I was talking to Andy about obviously being awkward and and basically like how I thrive in awkward situations. Sometimes I'll push a situation to become more awkward, and because I'm so used to being awkward, I'm essentially good at being awkward.
Yeah, you inhabit that space, and
so
you can create massive silences on purpose to see what happens. That's really
absolutely
fun.
yeah. But look, that's like I'm so adept at being awkward that when everyone else feels more awkward, I suddenly become the coolest person in the room.
Okay, and that's the aim.
Yeah. Because I can take control then.
Yeah, that's your wheelhouse.
There's a lot of people, they'll take control by they'll do different things, and I think that's a lot of the thing about stand-up is showing that you are in control.
Oh my God,
I'll do that by making a room more awkward and then going, it's okay, this is my wheelhouse. This is where I'm comfortable.
Come into my world.
Yeah.
That's so important. You can do high status, low status, anything you want in between, but you've got to be setting.
You've got to be the master of that.
Absolutely. I love when people do unironic high status well, because that's hard. You'd think you come in and you're super confident, you can turn an audience off if they think that it's genuinely authentic and you just don't like them.
Yeah.
But you can come on and be pretending to be super arrogant, and they'll be like, right, this kid's got that, they're in control of this situation.
Yeah.
They know that I know that they know this isn't real, etc.
Absolutely. So the problem with that, if you can do it, it's absolutely incredible. But if you do it, you've got to be able to deliver to back it up.
Fuck yeah.
Because
Sorry for swearing.
that's okay. We have swearing occasionally, and if I listen back and think it's a bit much, I'll bleep it out.
Yeah.
It's fine. But
He said that like a brag. I'll bleep it out.
yeah.
You know? Should we let your cat into the door?
No, because he's going to make a lot of noise.
Okay,
I might need to give him some food in a bit.
that's all right.
He'll get bored. He's scared of everyone anyway.
There's a lovely, would you say a tabby cat
Yeah.
at the window, looking all mischievous, and his head just turned 360 degrees like an owl, and now I'm a little bit disconcerted.
Yeah,
Hello,
slightly
mate.
perturbed.
He's talking to me
He
now.
wants to come in.
Oh no.
I'm gonna let him in.
All right.
Well, let's just keep talking.
Yeah, well, I'll give
tell
you
what,
a little rundown.
Whilst we're here, tell me about your Comedy Central show. Oh, right, it's gone away. Right.
That was what?
Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
No, okay, no, all right.
Comedy Central.
Sorry
Is
to interrupt immediately, but I'm just going to finish off the point that I was previously making.
Sure, yeah, let's do it. This is our podcast work now.
Yeah. So you've got to own whatever you're doing. So if you come in and you're super confident, that's absolutely incredible. But you have got to have incredible, like you've got to reach that level with your material. So your material's got to be as good as your arrogant persona. Whereas if I come on and I'm awkward and I'm weird, and if I come on and do something that's like not that funny or whatever, then I'll play that out as an awkward dude and be like, it's fine.
Yeah,
I do it on
all part
purpose.
of
Like this is all part of who I am.
Like having amazing comebacks for everything. You'd need that if you were playing high status.
Yeah.
I don't have any comebacks, but I do like. Was talking about it the other night, killing with kindness.
Yes.
If someone's talking or they are having a laugh, and I can tell it's something untoward. Listeners, you may not be able to tell from my voice because it's sort of there in the middle, but I'm a transgender woman, right? So it's a bit lower than you might expect. But if I hear something's going on there and they're talking about some mystery there, I'll just literally, like verbatim, just be like, oh, hello, let's you and I have a confusing cuddle and see what's going on.
Yeah.
And then you open that up. It's all about that you can play with other people's awkwardness, but yeah, I'm not very adversarial.
Yeah. But you've not been going that long, have you?
No, it's something like 18 months, somewhere between 18 months and 2 years. But
Yeah.
then, as I also said to you, I've been on stage for
Yes.
12 years, something like that,
Yeah.
musically speaking.
As a pop star.
That's very kind of you to say, and correct. I was a pop performer, but yeah, I did all right. It was. I never thought I'd be doing stand-up.
Is that solo stuff? Or?
Solo, and when I was a teenager, I was in a couple of bands. I was in a grindcore band called Silent Feedback.
Crikey.
Don't know what that means.
No.
And a little acoustic band called Offshore. I've not spoken about them for years. That was really nice. But I was solo, and I was called Tall Dark Friend.
Yes, yeah.
And
was that
right
what
now.
you went onto The Voice with?
That was really interesting. So I said, my stage name's Tall Dark Friend. Nobody knows what my real name is. I need to use that because all my social media is under Tall Dark Friend. And they said, if you go onto stage unsolicited and announce yourself as Tall Dark Friend, no one's going to like you. And that's so true. It would have been really weird if I go solo and go, what's your name? Hello, it's Tall Dark Friend. Don't question it.
Yeah.
Don't ask me what it means. So it's the first time I ever actually did any music under my own name was during and just after The Voice.
Oh, okay.
One single under my own name. The rest, like 7 albums under Tall Dark Friend.
7 albums,
Yeah.
really? Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I should have done some research.
That's all right. It's fun to sort of talk about. Also,
we met the other day. I've been busy, so
yeah, exactly. So I've done another one since then. Oh no, album.
Yes,
That's a joke though.
Got that. Yeah. Busy
So,
afternoon.
yeah.
Who are you, Prince?
Man, like
If only.
I like to pretend I can play more instruments than I can. I
Yeah.
did some drums on my album, but I'm not a drummer.
Oh, okay.
But
Well,
keyboard,
I mean,
play
I'll tell you
keyboard.
what. If you ever need a drummer, I'm genuinely a session drummer, so I can come play for you.
Without the visual context, I was hoping that would garner some awkwardness. I don't know. It's rhetorical. We don't know how awkward they felt in that moment, the listeners. I like to think it was a comical moment. But in response to that, that'd be nice.
If it's not awkward enough, I'll leave a longer gap.
Yeah, more. That sounds cool. That sounds fun. I only
obviously
do comedy music now,
Oh, okay.
which can be fun.
Yeah, regardless. I mean, that is chucking it down with rain. And you could probably pick that up on the microphones, but my cat's just gone out in it. Bless him.
Oh, he's off on a little adventure.
Yeah, he loves it.
If
He'll be hiding under a bush.
As a session drummer,
Yeah.
were you potentially solicited to do comedy music? Are you quite adept in the old because that might be
that's all I
that's
can do,
required.
actually. Yeah.
That's what got you into stand up in the
Yeah,
first place.
yeah.
You're playing that, and then just in the middle of a groove, you heard that, and you're like, That's my favourite bit of that
Yeah.
song. How can I get more of this in my life?
Yeah.
Musical stand-up. Voice was all right. Music was
So
all right.
what came of that? Because like I became aware of sort of who you were
2 days
just
ago.
through the sort of periphery of things, because
okay.
like we were talking about Cole Denham before we started.
Yeah.
And, like I know you'd done some stuff with him.
Carl
and,
has been very good to me, yeah.
Unmistakable Leopard.
Yep.
Because you were gigging with Ash Frith, I think.
Yeah, a couple of times in...
So I saw your name and I was
Colchester.
like, who is this? Where are they sprung
Yeah.
from? And and I was like, oh, The Voice. That's interesting.
It's a really nice, tragic thing to mine for comedy. Reality TV is so tragic.
Yeah.
But I am
What was
very
that experience
lucky.
like?
It was wonderful.
It was really?
No bad stories whatsoever.
It's great.
But I must have said this a million times, but it gives it some good context.
It's one of the few reality shows that I have a bit of time for.
Yeah, it's got integrity. That's the only reason I did it. The point is with that stuff is that I didn't audition like you would normally. Nobody really does. They get in touch if your numbers on your sites are quite big. And they all did. Obviously, all Brits Got Talent, all the X Factor and that. But The Voice, for me, is nice because you're vetted in advance. So you don't just step out to be laughed at or be confused why it's not going well. You know exactly how good you are, hopefully, when you go on. Yeah. And it's a fair reflection of that. I didn't get a turn at the auditions round that first stage, and then I was the first person to be asked back onto the program within the same series.
Oh, cool!
Somebody dropped out.
Nice.
So yeah, that's so one person's treasure is another person's trash, and all that. Yeah. I think I just made that phrase up.
Yeah,
I think
I like it. One person. No, yeah, sounds like a thing. What was the result of it? I don't know. I don't actually know how you did.
I did really well. Thanks for asking.
Cool.
I did all right. I made it to the semi-finals.
Oh, great!
All that way without a tragic backstory. Did pretty good. But I was
a unique story though.
Yeah, it was a really lovely little Cinderella story because, let's say, I didn't get a turn. The cool thing is, being transgender, is that my voice don't sound like related to how I presumably look when I'm like dressed up a little bit nicer. I don't know. Point is, the show is all about not seeing the person before they sing.
Absolutely, yeah.
So then they would turn and there was this dialogue back and forth about that, which is really fun. And then I came back and it was a whole thing. And then I sung This Woman's Work by Kate Bush. And that's high as F.
Oh, is it?
It's so high. Do you know that song? That's... I don't know why you'd get it from that little bit. I should be crying, but I just can't let it show. It was in Extras. It was in that scene from Extras where Maggie's a cleaner in the Extra special. And it's really high. And I was like, I can't do that. You're going to make me sound like a cartoon version of a woman. And that's the last thing you need as a transgender person. And Paloma was my coach, Paloma Faith, and she said, just sing it low then. So I did. I sang it like in a low register, and it worked really well. And I won.
Nice.
Not the whole show.
Round. But that,
oh,
great.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Really, really good. It's everything that comes afterwards that's not fun. You start to be... You become a bit of a political object.
Oh, really?
So... I used to do the prides, but once you do a TV show like that and you are anything LGBT plus, every panel and every pride possible, I'm there for some tokenistic reason.
Right.
And it's just too loud for me and too colourful. I don't like I need to separate these two sentences. Gay guys, right? Not connected to what I was just saying. Gay guys are so lovely and enthusiastic, and I'm just not for them. And I don't think they realise that. I'm not going to be your queen. When Lady Gaga's like, you were born this way. I'm like, no, I weren't. That's the whole point of my situation. I wasn't, was I? I've made efforts to not look the way I was born. So we're not comparable. Our lifestyles aren't comparable, me and the old lovely gays. Yeah. But I'm supposed to be that colourful thing. And anyway, that's not my jam, but I still do it. Yeah. You ever been to a pride?
I haven't, no.
You homophobe and all the other things.
Yeah, no, it's because of all the
gayness.
I can't stand. No. No, I don't like anything with big crowds.
And loud and colourful and too much, man. Too much sugar.
It's just like I fully appreciate it, and I go to music festivals. But that's only because
so you'll go to music festivals with loads of people, but not when they're gay.
Because in those scenarios, I can lose myself in the band, and then I turn around and have an anxiety attack and have to hide in my tent for a little while. So,
oh no, do you really suffer quite badly with anxiety?
It comes and goes. It's not horrendous. It's not debilitating.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes it gets on top of you. But
your eyes are like going into the back of your head now, listeners. Crumbling.
So I was at Glastonbury a couple of years ago when Jeremy Corbyn was there, and like just for the sort of sake of having a story to tell, like I went over there because I was teching with a band at the time, and like we went over to watch just to sort of say like, oh yeah, we were there when that happened. And we were right near the front, just because that's where the sort of the path followed round to. So we were standing right near the front of the stage, and then at the end of it, I turned around and like I've been stuck in a lot of crowds, but that was unreal. And there were so many people that I just turned to my mate and I said, we need to get out of here. And he's like, oh yeah, you're right. And I was like, we need to go. And he's like, yeah, I think you're right. And then, but like he suffered from anxiety as well. And then he started getting anxious, and we were both like, we just need to get backstage. And
so how do you swing that then? Because it's either back through the sort of World War Z, or you have to find some way of getting pulled over the gate at the front. You could pretend to faint and they'll lift you over?
Well, so we had passes, so like we could sort of
do that,
we could get around. But we wanted to get back to our tent because there were we were camping behind the like Billy Bragg stage. I can't remember what it's called, but like he's got his own specific sort of left wing politics stage. Yeah. And we were camping behind there, like in the middle of the festival. But that was also the next place that Corbyn was going to, so everyone was rushing there. But we were rushing trying to get to the back. But we ended up getting around the back, and like they put on like a massive spread of sort of snacks and tea. So we just got around there and just like felt better about ourselves. But yeah, it was cool. It was a good day, but it was just it was a bit overwhelming.
Do you find that you, as a comedian, that you actually do aim for things that are going to give you a good story? Because it's a weird, perverted way to live your life, but it's so true, isn't it? You throw yourself into situations. Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
And some things that don't pay off, things that you think would be really for comedy, and then it's like, oh, that was just a waste of my time, because either it's too niche or it's not as funny as everyone, including you, thought it was going to be. Do you have an example?
I generally don't do anything that I'm not like slightly interested in.
Okay.
So I'll never be that disappointed.
Never go to a Pride.
Oh, God.
What's the last thing you... this is a through line now. It's a comedy through line.
Yeah.
What's the last thing you did that you remember?
I can't believe you only came on my podcast to out me as a homophobe.
Well, you shared the experience of coming out of the closet. You're just going out the other side. What's the last thing you did that you thought, this is like life's too short? Do you remember? I think that quite a lot. Get those moments in life where you're suddenly standing somewhere and you're like, how did I get here? And that can be good or bad. But I went out the other day thinking, I was like, I can't connect with people anymore. I only enjoy hanging out. Like now, podcast-wise, because it's like work and social. Because then you feel like you're doing something and you feel like you're achieving. It's
productive.
So I was like, no, I'm going to go out with a non-comedian just for a drink. Don't drink, so it's Pepsi. And I was with him for an afternoon. And at one point, I wanted to audibly say, we've got nothing to offer each other. Do you just want to call this a day? It wasn't a date. I'm engaged. It was a social thing. I was like, we could just leave now and both be home doing something we want to do. Life's too short.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't know. Purely because for the past couple of years, I've had largely successful...
social interactions.
Yeah.
All right. Humble brag.
Yeah.
Nice. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, no,
social.
I've been like the worst sort of things I'll do really is just I'll say completely the wrong thing and make a scenario so awkward that even I can't boss that scenario. I'll just have to stand there going, I've done this.
Oh no, I don't remember feeling awkward for years now. Maybe that's an odd thing. It's an odd thing in and of itself. It's not having shame, because I wouldn't like it if someone might work.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, but it's not awkward at all.
I think that's really good. I don't tend to feel awkward the way people think I feel awkward.
Right, that's interesting. Yeah.
I especially since I've met my girlfriend, and do you know what? It was the birth of my nephew a few years ago. It changed my life. It essentially ended my depression.
Wow.
And it was massive. It's huge.
Tell him that.
Yeah. No, he wouldn't understand. I'll tell him one day on his wedding day.
Yeah.
It was a long story. It's in my first show when I talked about it, but it's like not that huge of a thing. But I just remember that sort of time roughly being a turning point, and sort of like feeling this new level of love, and like it's incredible. It was really cool. What was my point?
Well, just times that you don't feel awkward in the way that other people feel.
Right.
Awkward.
Yeah. So since then, I've always just been pretty happy.
Yeah.
And it's weird.
It's a superficial thing, that the awkward thing gear that you can go into for like stage work.
I am awkward.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't remember feeling. I sometimes, like, it's a silly thing to be jealous of, but I sometimes think I never talk about depression or anxiety or anything on stage because I'm about as shallow and empty as a goldfish bowl with no goldfish in it. Right. I haven't really got any of those feelings. So when people talk about them and mind them, I'm like, oh man, like it's comedy's richer comedy. It's
better off that way.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a silly thing. It's like saying, "Oh, I'm so jealous that you lost an arm in the war because you get so much attention."
Yeah.
It's a really silly, selfish thing to be jealous of. But I haven't got any. I'm like sort of just quite happy being a bit of an odd little shouty person, and that's fine.
No, I understand what you mean.
Oh.
Yeah. So, well, I was going to ask about that actually because obviously, you've got sort of quite a confident character on stage.
Yeah.
But it also strikes me that sort of seeing that, I imagine that you're probably sort of moderately shy.
It has to be, doesn't it? Because I always say to people, I could come on stage and I literally, again, verbatim, I'll use lines like, I sometimes play music on stage and I'll go on and be like, I'm so good at this. And it gets a big laugh. And I think the only way that can get a laugh is because they know I'm not being serious. If there was a modicum of truth to it, they'd go, all right.
Yeah.
Like, I guess then you have to prove it. I can say, mate, it's really nice to be here, especially because I'm so good at this and I don't need to be. And people laugh.
If you're going to do that, you either need to be like humorously bad,
yes, or it's on you.
So beyond good that it's like you essentially playing yourself down, like you're that good that you're going, oh, I'm quite good at this. Just
well, that's right. So for example, you're playing the drums on stage, and you know you can smash it. So if you pick up the sticks and you start doing a little riff and it's quite good, and you're like, I only started playing this yesterday. What else is it? And you start playing it, and you were just like, I'm so good at this. You can back that up.
Yes.
And you're not doing it you're doing it for a laugh, because who says that in the middle? You've already kicked them while they're down. Nobody else can play drums like that. And you're going, look at this. I'm better than you. Just look at them and say I'm better than you. People will love it because it's a connection. It's oddly humble.
Yeah.
I do it all the time. I literally just walk on and go, oh, mate, I'm so funny.
Yeah.
The day it doesn't get a laugh, I'll have to quit comedy because then I've lost some connection to what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I love it. It's my favourite thing to do. And I play very much a kind of... it's easy to say like a sort of a 2006, 2008 Russell Brand. I am just talking about connection to the universe. I was going to ask
about that as well. But
do love me some Russell Brand. I like the journey he's gone on. I like that he's sort of settled into this Zen-like character now. That's nice because I'm still playing the 2006 version, so there's at least enough there. Can't get away from it. We've both got big air and accents, and there's only so many combinations. Not dissimilar
accents.
Right. Can't get away from that. I'm from
similar
Tilbury.
timbre as well.
Little timbre. Yeah, that's the thing, because he was always regarded as a somewhat effeminate fellow, even though he's a ladies' man.
Yeah.
And I am a transgender woman, so we've reached the same point at different things, from different trajectories. But yeah, what a lovely thing to be compared to.
Absolutely.
One of the most successful entertainers.
It's like when people come up to me after a gig and they'll say like, "Oh yeah, you really remind me of
Russell
so
Brand."
and so." Yeah. And sorry, I'm doing John Gregg. And
who do you get compared to?
I don't really want to say because it sounds like I'm.
But now I've asked though, so it's all right. You don't have to, but it's solicited. If you just brought it up like I did, it would be arrogant. But
I get compared to
James Acaster.
Yeah.
I can see a bit of that, but you've got more of your own thing going on. But there is little mannerisms.
Well, this is I did a tour support for Abigail Ashmon, and she said to me like, having seen you on stage, I'd say you've got sort of affectations of James Acaster, but having spoken to you in person, I know that that's actually who you are.
Yeah.
So but it's great. Like he's the master. Like he's so good. I love him. But I don't think like I don't think watching him has put any of his personality into mine, because
No.
I'm still myself and I'm doing different subject matters.
Little affectations is good. You're filling in gaps that you will eventually grow out of.
Yeah.
But
I've
it's
made
nice.
this.
It's nice in the meantime.
I made the point as well that when you get that sort of thing, and it seems like an affectation, like quite often, because like you'll go and watch comedy that, like the comedy that you like, is a reflection of yourself.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
telling
no,
you stuff
sorry.
you want to hear or vicariously experience. Isn't
Absolutely,
it?
yeah. So like kind of if there's someone with a really similar personality to you, you're going to want to go and see them, and you're going to find them really funny because that's your sense of humour. So when a comedian, like sort of new or otherwise, has similarities to another act, people will watch them and go like, "Oh, they're just copying." But no, that's just their personality being exacerbated.
Yeah.
And there's just comparisons.
And there's people like to have these little sort of tokens in their brain, don't they? These archetypes that they can lean on. And James Acar's become successful enough that he's an archetype now. He's surreal, but not forcibly. He's not trying. He's doing his own thing, and you're there to watch it. And he's really earnest with his surreal stories that obviously can't be true. Most of them.
Yeah.
So it's an archetype now.
Well,
and
that's
he
the
wouldn't have
thing
been
with
before.
him. He leans into scenarios that are obviously false.
Yeah, with real conviction.
Whereas I lean more towards things that actually happened that are so ridiculous that you think haven't happened.
Right.
So in that sense, maybe they have happened to him.
Yeah, that's true.
Who's
We'll
to
find
say?
out all these unusual
There's
things.
a lot of stories in my life that I'll tell people. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my eyes. Itchy.
That's all right.
There's a lot of stories in my life that I'll tell people.
Sorry to interrupt.
Go on.
Is there a possibility you're having a reaction to the tea?
I don't think so.
No?
Probably not.
Okay.
No, I've had green tea before.
But it's Mao Feng. Maybe you're the Mao Feng is disagreeing with you.
Yeah, I don't know what Mao Feng is. Do you know what Mao Feng is?
Cucumber. Imagine if it was cucumber. your eyes
my
and tongue
eye
are
itch.
fizzing. No, I don't know.
It has a delicate natural flavour of summer air, but so there's summer air in it.
Great, brilliant. Yeah.
Peaches and apricots, and unlike most murky brown standard green teas, this one turns a clear pale green
It
when
does.
infused.
Yeah. It's nice. I like it. I'll give it 4 tea bags out of a possible 4 tea bags.
Oh,
that's
that
my
is-
system,
yeah.
and I'm entitled to it.
Absolutely. Do you use that rating system on your posters as well?
I use Goldblums.
Right.
You know, the old. I give it a 10 out of 10 Goldblums. That's my way of kind of doing that. Are you familiar with Jeff Goldblum's rating system, or am I just being?
No.
That's what he does. He rates things in a really lovely way out of 10 Goldblums. So many people have got his face tattooed on them, and he does these little videos online where he looks.
Oh,
at
I have
tattoos.
seen it. Yeah.
And kind of a 9 out of 10 possible Goldblums. He just says it like he's
That's
thinking
a
of it the
great
first time
impression.
every time.
Yeah.
Everything he says, it's like it's creeping up on him.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I love him so much. Thank you. I have one impression. You might
Is that
think
the
it's
only
Russell
one?
Brand, but no, it's not. It's Jeff Goldblum. That's the only one I can actually do.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, your scientists, they were so busy trying to make dinosaurs. They were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should. That's my only impression I have. Yeah.
That's great. Nice. Oh, my cat's just come back in. He looks really wet.
Still in the show, your cat is.
He looks considerably more damp than he was before.
I can reach.
I'll let him in now. So.
Okay, go on. So what we have now, listener, is sort of a little, like a,
Soggy cat. Stop
we have a situation which would ordinarily would be filled with dead air, but I'm going to fill it with some public service announcements. It's raining outside. I mean, maybe not where you are or when you are, but it is now. Look after yourself, and we're back. Hello.
Hello. That was amazing.
Thank you.
So, yeah, thanks
Did
very
you hear
much.
my? I was being responsible.
Of course, I was next to you. Oh.
Don't spoil the illusion. I'm in LA. Listen to all the LA people outside.
Yeah.
Oh, kid, I'm going to make you a star. That's all they walk around saying to each other. I'm going to make you a star.
90% of the conversation.
I just tripped on the Walk of Fame. Oh, my ankle. Oh, whose name is that? I don't know.
Not even LA, is it?
No.
It's Hollywood.
No, Hollywood is in LA.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the Hollywood Hills is LA, isn't
I
it?
don't know. I've never been. I've never been to America. Never been outside of Europe, actually.
How far did you get?
Bulgaria.
Oh,
So
right,
as far
never
as
been.
you can go, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never been to America myself, but I toured musically around Europe a fair bit.
Oh, really?
And comedy-wise, I had a really good time in Barcelona. I did comedy in Barcelona. I do this joke very often where I'm being serious, and it's one of those things where I am being serious, but people don't think I am, where I say, in case you haven't figured it out, I have got a little something for everybody, sexually speaking, because of my mismatching front and bottom and top. And I say, me and my partner, we are looking for a third to join us. We always do. Comedy groupie situation. And in Spain, everyone was so beautiful. I was like, look, I do this joke all the time. Nobody's ever taken me up on it, but I'm being serious this evening. I've put some effort in. I've dressed up, as you can see, la la la. And this couple came up to us, this amazing, like, sort of 5'2" little Asian American lady that looked like she was out of the Matrix, and her boyfriend, who was this big, I'm going to assume a bit of a beefcake, not much going on in the brain, but a handsome Adonis of a guy. And I was like, shit, they've actually come up to elicit this thing and say, yeah, they'll come back to the hotel. We're staying in the French Institute. It was really cool. And my partner had too much gelato and she had horrible diarrhea, so we had to cancel. It was the one time that anyone's taken it seriously. And
but that's a genuine offer.
Yeah, it's a genuine offer, but it sounds like a joke because of the personality that I'm doing, obviously. I'm like, you can't wait to get a bit of this. But that night, I thought I looked quite nice. So I was like, look, I'm being serious. We were staying in the French Institute. We got turfed out there the day after because literally the president of France, is it a lady now? I think, yeah,
maybe.
Whoever it was, had to go there. So we got pushed out of her apartment into the basement of this building. Why was I saying that? Maybe just to segue into the advert of, if anyone is interested, you don't know what I look like, Google me, I'm all over.
Yeah.
And we'll have a good old cheeky time. That's perfect little bringing it back.
Go on.
That's one of those things that I did, thinking it'd be funny, and it weren't.
What's that?
Threesome and menage a trois.
Oh.
Early stages of comedy, thinking, this would be brilliant for a story. It's not boring as anything, really boring. So overrated. So there is not room to mine for comedy. I think most people that do it, they realise the most interesting thing is getting up and going for a snack.
Yeah.
Like in Friends.
Yeah.
That's a really well realised bit of social comedy, that Ross gets up and makes a sandwich. You think, that wouldn't you do. You just get up and you're like, you kids have fun. And we'll tag team in and out. I think it's something about the social dynamic of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The triangle is supposed to be the strongest shape in nature. Bollocks. It's a straight line. And a little dot in the kitchen having a sandwich.
Amazing.
Science. That's science. Right, we've covered science.
Yes, we've done science. It's religion. No.
I'm not saying I'm the new Jesus,
Si,
but I am the new Russell Brand. And I'd like you to tweet about that. To
the new friends. Old Russell Brand.
The new, what a lovely name for like a band or something. The new old Russell Brand.
Yeah.
The new old Russell Brands.
Yeah, there you go. Comedy band.
Comedy band. Serious band? What are you talking about? That's proper music. We were about to drink in unison, and I noticed that you very sweetly and subtly staggered your sip with mine, so we didn't both sip at the same time.
But my thinking behind it was, if I drink at the same time as you, then neither of us are going to be talking. But pulling it back from my mouth, didn't talk for longer.
It added more time. Yeah. This needs to be a video cast. Right, when you get proper celebrities on here that you got coming up, I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but these people, it will evolve into a visual experience as well. Yeah. Video, 3D video as well.
4D.
4D. What's that even mean?
You can spit.
Yeah. Do you mean like you wear a VR mask or whatever, Oculus, but it's attached to a tiny little like fish pump that shoots out water?
That's it, yeah.
When anyone spits in the podcast, which is rare. That's a rare occurrence. People don't tend to spit on air.
It doesn't happen often. No.
But people will start to do it more when they know you've got 4D technology.
Yeah.
It's the comedian's tea party, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Do you get people confusing it and thinking it's a political thing?
Is there a political thing? Are you aware of that?
The Boston Tea Party. Yeah.
Right, because there's...
I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know what it means. They're just a wacky political group.
Right.
Again, maybe not. I don't know anything about them.
I'm in competition. I was in competition to get like all of the URLs that I wanted all of the like sort of like handles and stuff on like sort of Twitter and Instagram and that, and I got a few, and I started a couple, and then discovered that they were busy on the other ones because there's so many podcasts in America called something Tea Party.
Right, yeah, it must
but
come from
it's
that.
all about sports.
Oh, that's a really weird analogy to
They're
make.
largely about sports, but there's one that's about actual tea.
Right, this is 10% tea, would you say? There's a subtle
It changes.
subtext about tea.
It changes. Sometimes it is a lot about tea.
Do you think that's maybe when you got somebody on that you don't have a comparable lifestyle
Not
with,
at all.
and you just have
to. The conversation with Carl Donnelly was a lot about tea.
Sure, okay.
Because he loves tea. We talked loads about tea, but we also talked about yoga and religion and all sorts. And
Those things seem pretty like they're the same bag.
They're not a million miles away from each other. Yeah.
Green tea and yoga.
Yeah.
I need to do yoga. I need to stretch a little bit more. I jump around way too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite physical the other night, wasn't it? Jumping around. I think,
I'd say so.
a little bit. Climbing up on the pews. That's nice as a comedian. Listeners, this is what you've been waiting for. If you ever want to get up and stand on a chair in a gig, it's nicer when it's one big standalone bench or a sort of church pew, because then there's way more confidence there. I've done it before where I've stood on somebody's knees, and they've been cool, and I've not had shoes on, so it's been fine that there was like I wasn't hurting them, but that was precarious as anything.
Interesting.
You ever do that? You ever crowd surf?
I've walked through the audience on chairs.
How was that, and for what reason? What prompted this?
I was talking to a woman who, like, her responses were sort of like they weren't what I wanted them to be, and it was in Edinburgh. It was about like 10 in the evening, 11 in the evening. It was worried. It's still going. So it was just because the lights started blinking.
Oh, blimey. So, listeners, again, just to add some visual context, we're both looking at the screen now. We're seeing our voices appear in real time in waveform. Are you happy with the levels there, or do you think you punched them up? You happy with that?
Yeah.
Good.
That's pretty much. That's actually higher than what it used to be. That's going to come out really loud.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, listeners, my darlings. Oh no, now you're going to have to go back and find that and turn it down.
No, so I've got a limiter thing on the. I'm very good at editing.
Look you, check you.
Oh yeah.
How are we doing for time?
Yeah, good.
This is shooting by, isn't it?
Through.
We've not even covered.
We've not even started.
Darjeeling.
Talked about most of it.
Yeah. You walked through a crowd to a lady.
Yeah, I just walked over the top of things, and
it's a bold move.
Yeah. I ended up with sort of legs akimbo across 2 rows, just chatting to her, and it was actually really fun.
Yeah,
I had a good gig.
Yeah,
but it was late night in Edinburgh, and people get weird.
My favourite gigs. The best gig I've ever did, late and live at the Gilded Balloon.
Yeah.
I got booked to do it off the back of doing Steve K. Amos's talk show, and the producer was the same person. And they said it's mental, and it often relies on nudity or people throwing fluids and stuff, and it was crazy. So I built myself up for a massive baptism of fire.
Yeah.
It's the loveliest gig, but I went in with that attitude of it's going to be awful. So I ended up nude running around and then have a piano. And it's a huge stage. Running around nude is fun because you can get kind of a gallop going and things start to bounce around and move around. But then you sit at a piano nude and play music, and the audience is like, oh shit, we didn't think that's where this night was going to go.
Yeah.
And you've got a naked person sitting there playing piano, being all silly, like Jerry Lee Lewis style, kicking my legs up. It was magical. So now I do that at the more raucous gigs.
Right.
Yeah. I haven't got no shame anymore. Maybe it's from that.
Yeah.
Edinburgh was a bit of a baptism for me last year.
Yeah. So do you take your clothes off often at gigs? I mean, you popped a tit out the other day.
That's because those lads. It's because I did it the last time. I don't make a habit of it.
Yeah.
But that's a lie. I do at bigger gigs. But those guys that are in the corner, I made a joke about how there's some weird nipples drawn on the back of the room, isn't there, at Little Smash Comedy? And I don't know why they're there, or if that's even what they are. But they couldn't see them, so I thought I'd demonstrate.
It was an owl.
Was it an owl?
Yeah, an owl laughing.
What?
But it looked like it. I know where you're coming from.
It looked like the little sweet mushrooms that you get, the little candy mushrooms with tears coming out.
Yeah, it's just a terrible drawing.
Right, okay, well that's on record now.
It's an owl leaning its head back and laughing.
I didn't see that.
No, you wouldn't know it unless you knew what it was.
So yeah, I'll whap a bap out for the lads because I think that's funny as well. There's something amazing about there's boobs and a willy there, and people don't like cognitive dissonance, do they, in their brains?
Yeah.
Like one idea or the other, and it makes a whole audience of people have to sort of decide between them which way they're going to steer history in that moment. So I get to, if I'm there and I'm nude and I go, hello, we're all in this together, let's have a laugh. Everyone has to go, oh, this transgender thing's probably all right.
Yeah,
You can't be the one person in the audience with your arms crossed going, I'm not having this. 'cause
Yeah.
it's a self-policing thing. So if it makes you feel like a bit of a superstar. That's my advice, kids.
Yeah.
Get nude on stage.
Take
Don't do
clothes
that.
off. No.
Do it if you like, if it's hot, if it's really hot.
Yeah.
Like temperature-wise.
If
It will.
If it's your
undoubtedly
thing,
be
if
hot.
it's for you, then you go ahead and do it. But
Yeah.
don't force yourself.
That applies to murder
Anything.
as well.
Yes.
If it's your thing, don't anybody tell you not to. It's
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can be what you want to be. It's 2019. If you want to kill
But
people,
additionally, it's 2019. Ask first.
consent. That's so true. I'm so sorry. I should have said that. Yeah. If you're
Yeah.
going to kill someone, give them at least the courtesy of
Let them know.
let them know. Let them know. Yeah,
Give them a head start. Yeah. That way, if they don't get out of town, it's on them.
That's so true.
Yeah.
That's really true. Anyone that you would kill.
Which is horrible advice.
Yeah. Right. What's on the agenda?
I mean, do you want to have another tea? I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I'm sort of a good way into this,
Yeah.
and it's tasty, but it's a little bit bitter for me.
You want something a bit more, a bit sweeter or a bit more body to it?
It's-
I'm nearly done.
I can appreciate why people would like this. It's not quite for me.
These look, I mean, they've essentially sponsored the program, Teapigs, and I don't want it to seem like nepotism, but when you are done, that is a beautiful object. Listener, isn't it nice? It's like a sort of a see-through satin pillowcase filled with these really colourful, lovely leaves, these shards. That's not like a normal tea bag.
It's a biodegradable tea temple.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that what it says, or did you just...
No, it is. Says it on it.
That's amazing. Oh yeah, remove temple and top glass up with oil. I would hang these up.
Yeah, they look great.
They're really good looking tea bags. I know that's not what you're going for, Teapigs, that you keep them afterwards, especially if they're biodegradable. That sort of goes against that ethos. But I'd hang these up, and I'd probably enjoy looking at them after
Absolutely.
the fact.
I had a jasmine pearl one with John Oakes yesterday.
Jasmine pearl.
And
pearl.
it's amazing. Yeah, it looked incredible. It's like these little sort of balls of jasmine, and they open out.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Like bubble tea, like those weird little tapioca balls that fill with a
No.
flavour. So what is it then?
It's like
Oh, are they like flower heads? They're tiny,
Sort
tiny
of,
bulbs
yeah,
that
yeah,
open. Jasmine bulbs. Ah,
yeah, it's really nice.
it is.
Really
We're not
tasty.
having like other teas are available. They're just all shit, and
Yeah.
that's a definitive statement. Teapigs, cheers. This one's got a picture of a deer on it.
Yeah,
I'll leave that. That's it. No, I'm not making any judgment there.
no, I'm
Not
into it.
condemning nor advertising. It's just a picture of a deer, and I like it.
Yeah. What's the? What would you guess the ingredients are? Of, you just looked.
No, Malfeng green tea. Green tea.
Yeah, it's the ingredients are Malfeng green tea.
Oh, that's it really.
That's it.
Oh,
That's all it is.
but I thought, what's the whole? Right, this is really bugs me. So please, if you understand where people are coming from when wines say, "Oh, there's notes of peach" or "There's notes of jasmine," is there, or how can there be? What do you mean by that? When it says here, it's got notes of apricot and peach. Is there apricot and peach in it, or does it just taste a bit like it?
Yeah.
And that is an open question.
I don't have the answer to that.
Because when bees like pollinate honey, you get the flavour of the flowers they've been to because it's literally there. It's not. If it's near a peach, if this grew near a peach, are you allowed to say it's got notes of peach to it? No. And the same with wine.
Yeah.
If you put
It's
some
like
peach
things-
in the grapes,
It's like things that say may contain nuts.
yeah,
Like, tell us if it contains nuts.
yeah, but even more so because that may because it's near some nuts. But if you say, "Oh, this wine's got fruity notes," I'm sensing raspberry. Is there any raspberry in it though? Because if not, you're being a pretentious prick.
Yeah.
Has it got raspberry in, or is it all grapes that are near some raspberry?
Yeah.
'Cause that, and I honestly don't know. But that
All
annoys
they're
me.
saying is it tastes of something, and they don't know what it really tastes like.
Right. Okay. It's like
But
that.
it's sort of like, well, it tastes kind of like chicken. That's everyone's description of everything, isn't
Yeah.
it? Oh, it tastes like chicken.
Well, if you're living in the
Actually,
Matrix,
does it taste like frog's legs? And frog's legs, yeah, maybe similar in flavour to chicken, but you don't eat other chicken and say it tastes like chicken. Like, it's chicken.
if you brought that up at a party, though, it would sound like you just wanted to bring up the fact you'd eaten frog's legs. You're like,
Yeah,
oh, this
I definitely haven't
sushi,
eaten frog's legs.
it tastes like frog's legs. Because then people are going to go on then. When do you have frog's legs? When did you?
Regale us with the story.
When did you?
I've never heard.
Oh, you never have?
No.
What was I going to say
No.
about taste? That bit in Alan Partridge, where it's like, this wine, it tastes like something. What is it? And she lists all these things. Peppermint. It's like, no. This wine tastes of Chewits. So, oh yeah. I do love Alan Partridge.
I like stuff like that though, where when I'm comparing stuff to the flavour of things, I won't do it by like. I have done it a couple of times of just like, oh, it's got a fruity note to it, and
fruity
with
sure.
tea,
or
but
sour or sweet.
With like sometimes I'll be like, oh, that tastes like cowpole.
That's so weird you said that. I was literally just thinking that the other night. I went on stage with Dr. Pepper and I wanted to make a joke about, oh, you remember the old campaign? Dr. Pepper tastes like cowpole mixed with Pepsi. Because it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's so weird you said that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a bit cowpish, cowpolish.
Yeah. Cowpollable.
Yeah, that's the one I was going for. Are you a fan?
Of cowpole?
Sure.
Love it.
Love a bit of that.
Great.
Dr. Pepper, though.
Yeah, I like Dr. Pepper.
Do you like advertising campaigns that advise you against drinking things? Because that's what it's doing.
It's a bold move, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Yorkie bars.
Yeah.
Or there's loads like that, isn't there? Marmite. Actually, there's so many. There's so many that I don't have this.
Do you know what? I really... Because I don't like Marmite, but my word, do I respect them.
Sure. I think a lot butter and margarine, when you've got the names are just getting more and more sarcastic, where it's like, I can't believe it's not butter. I can.
Yeah.
I can, because it doesn't taste like butter. Oh, it's utterly butterly. Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? What's next? Oh, margarine. Fuck off. It's not butter. That's mental. These sentences are getting longer and longer. I think they're getting sarcastic, and I'm not for it.
Yeah.
You mentioned another tea.
Go on.
Is that a natural cutting off point, or
no, not really?
Do you leave the mic running?
Sometimes.
Okay, sure.
Sometimes, yeah, we can do it.
Maybe a peppermint tea. Is that?
Yeah.
Have I spoiled the surprise for the
No,
listeners?
not at all.
We're doing a tea pool.
It's a naturally caffeine-free, which is good because the last 3 teas that I've had been full of caffeine.
Oh right,
and
you're right.
I am buzzing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a lemon.
I mean, do you know what? I do want to ask actually, because you said you're teetotal.
Yeah.
Is that I've got to ask? Is that like as a sort of a result of worse things, like any level of alcoholism, or just like a choice?
It was. I wrote.
I mean, you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to.
No, it's fine because it's not as bad as I made it sound like it's going to be. I used to drink loads because I was a singer in a bar, and they paid me enough money that I would have money to drink at that bar till the next time I played there. So it just became a habit. But I was writing a novella.
Okay.
Thinking I was a genius because I was pissed every day, and I thought I was like Ernest Hemingway, who apparently didn't even drink when he wrote. That's a myth. But I was so drunk that I thought I did sort of invented metaphors, and I was like a genius. And I sobered up one day and read it, and it was the most contrived, trite piece of shit I've ever read. So I quit that day, literally after I finished reading it.
Yeah.
And then I rewrote it, and it was marginally better, not that much. But the point is, literally not since then.
Really?
So it was more, I was like, my brain is sort of the only thing that I hold in any regard. Yeah. I like it when people say I'm clever, if and when.
Yeah.
And I like being able to like think of new things. That's really important to me. If it had been affecting if I'd been gaining loads of weight, I don't think I would have quit, but it's because it was messing with my brain.
Yeah.
What about you? You drink? What's your tipple?
I do, but not a lot.
What's your go-to?
I don't drink beer anyway. Never have. Don't like it.
Yeah. Anyone that says they do is lying.
Yeah. So I'll drink cider.
Sure.
But I've got quite a taste for sort of good cider.
Okay.
But I'm not one of those like, it has to be 8% and above, because I'm not a moron.
Yeah. Sure.
So yeah, I'll just drink like a nice cider. But
good season for it coming into the cider
certainly
season.
Is. Yeah, that's why I go down to Cornwall all the time. Have some nice cider down there.
Some Cornwall. I just had an amazing Cornish pasty the other day from Cornwall. I didn't just not from like the pasty shop. My mum lives in Devon, so.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, lovely.
Nice. Yeah, so I like a little bit of cider. I like a vodka lime and soda.
Okay, why? I don't. No judgment. I don't know what that tastes like.
It's just nice. It's nice and refreshing.
My drink was I'd get a bottle of the cheapest white wine. What is it? The House Chardonnay.
Yeah.
and a pint and a Jaeger bomb. Jaeger bomb really nice because I did like Jaeger and the sweetness of the Red Bull. Then the pint, while occasionally sipping the wine all day. So the bottle of wine would last all day, but the chasers of pint and Jaeger bomb would be going all the way through the day. That was my go-to, especially during the summer.
Yeah.
And it's way too much. It's just silly.
Yeah.
Who needs... Wine is awful.
That's quite the mix of...
Yeah.
Yeah, wine, like, I very rarely drink wine because it largely tastes like headaches.
Yeah, exactly. It tastes like when you tighten a guitar string too much and that horrible sound that happens. That's what wine tastes like. It tastes like texting everyone you know. Not mean things, just usually more boring than you thought things. When people say, I can't believe I texted all my exes last night, and they just say hi.
Yeah.
Or misspelled hellos.
Yeah.
That's all that wine tastes like.
Yeah. Do you remember those Cheez-Its we ate?
That time.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about those for 6 years since you left. Alcohol. Don't do it, kids. Kill, murder, get nude. Don't drink alcohol, though.
As long as you ask permission. Yes.
Alcohol, though, do what you like.
Yeah.
Just don't
Have
drink
some, but don't do it. Moderation is
Yeah.
that's the thing to bear in mind. Is moderation is important.
Yeah.
Because I will enjoy a little drink now and then, but I'll get drunk 3 times a year probably, but I'll drink sort of. I won't even get that drunk anymore. I don't like it. I get a little bit tipsy. I don't like being drunk. I got drunk the other week and I ended up apologising all night.
Yeah. Oh.
Because I became aware, I used to, not always, but occasionally when I got drunk, I'd become just a bit of a dick, and I'd regret it the next day. So I thought, do you know what? I'm going to stop doing that.
Easily done.
And life's better when you don't have to apologise all the time.
Yeah, and that's a weird mix of being conscientious and intelligent at the same time. You're probably always just apologising for stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I got to a point the other week and I was playing some poker.
Pokemon, you say?
And, Pokemon. Well, I've got that written down because
I know, that's why I said it. Go on.
Alex told me to bring it up. But no, I was playing some poker and I realised I was shouting and I was like, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. Oh, I've got drunk a bit quicker than I thought I would. Everyone's like, it's okay.
It's when you get to the point where you're shouting out your cards.
Yeah.
then you got to stop.
I've got an ace.
This hand is brilliant.
I'm going to win.
Stop getting poker wrong. That's amazing.
Right, my cat's back. I'm going to let him in.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the kettle on.
Could I pop to
go for
the
a wee.
bathroom
Yes,
then?
no,
Go on.
I'm going to pause it.
Right.
So let's pause it. We'll be back in a minute, having both emptied and refreshed.
That was what a
Back
lovely
to
ablution. Yeah? Nice
I don't
evacuation
know
of
that word. Oh, right, yes. Yeah.
bits. All sorts of things.
Yeah, it was. It was like I fed my cat. And
Yeah.
he's a little bit dry now, but he also ran away because he's scared of everything.
Oh, you join us, listeners, in the year 2184. Cats have become obsolete, but we do have a different flavour of tea. What one is it now?
Yeah, this one is. Oh, that's the wrong tea packet.
Sacrilegious. I mean, I know what it is. I'm doing it for the purpose of podcastication.
I just wanted for the sake of.
Yeah.
Well, this is unnecessary. This is. This.
What is it? What possible long-winded,
is,
confusing name could it be?
This is Teapigs peppermint leaves. And
Nice.
do you want to guess the ingredients in peppermint leaves?
There's got to be a bit of mouthwash in there, isn't there?
It is 98% mouthwash, yeah.
And a couple of leaves.
Listerine. No, it's all peppermint leaves. It's
Nice.
It's just peppermint
It's
leaves.
it's gone super dark and green really fast.
Yeah.
Again, beautiful objet d'art. I would hang that up for a laugh.
Yeah.
For the aesthetic. I can imagine it looks like if I was a mouse, I'd want to get in it as a sleeping bag. I mean that could be said of so many things.
Yeah.
But I do like it.
It looks a little bit like a bag of drugs.
Oh, my brother, bless him, my little brother's just started stand up.
I thought he was going to say just start taking drugs.
He's really sweet how new he is, but he already knows the conventions quite well.
Yeah.
And he got me with the silliest joke the other day. He really, really got me. He's saying an anecdote, and he said, we went to a gig once with a friend of mine. Oh, you should see this friend. He brought 2 guitar cases. One of them was solely filled with drugs, and the other was solely filled with drugs. And it was the sweetest little thing. I was like, oh, he knows comedy.
Yeah.
He's not like 4 years old. He's 26 or whatever. But he'd never done it before. I was like, oh, that's
cool.
a little bit. That's actually a little bit that he's done there. He's very funny. He's annoyingly funny.
Yeah. Get.
He's going to surpass me.
Hopefully he stops soon.
But if you're listening...
No, absolutely not. No, maybe I'll have him on the show one day.
Yeah, well, he'll definitely do better than I did. And I know I'm brilliant, so think how well he's going to do.
Right.
He's very funny. He's really, really funny.
Nice.
So,
what's his name?
Dalton Shithead. No, it's Dalton Gray. His name's Dalton Gray.
Okay.
My name is Gray, so the corollary there is blood related.
Yeah.
That probably didn't need explaining. Dalton after
the sink.
after the cowboy. We're all named after cowboys in my family.
Really?
Robert Redford. My middle name is Redford.
Okay.
Jordan was a horse, I think, that Robert Redford rode.
Yeah.
My sister Cody after Buffalo Bill Cody. And Dalton after the Dalton brothers. I have a second middle name that I had to give myself for legal reasons.
Oh, really?
Is that of interest?
Go on, yeah.
Right, okay. Literally didn't want to leave a thread hanging. When I changed my title from Mr. to Ms., there's no way of doing that without changing your name, because they expect people to be called Mr. Brian Smith. My name's Jordan, which is gender neutral. There's no reason for me to change my name, and I like my name, and it's on all my business cards. So I was like, oh, that's lucky. I'll just be Jordan, like Katie Price. I'll just still be called Jordan. But there's no proceeding to just go to Mr. Jordan Gray to Ms. Jordan Gray. You have to change a bit of your name. It's so stupid. So she said, would you consider changing your name, the spelling of your name? Because then you can do it as well. You can tag on the title. I was like, no, that's pointless. So I added a second middle name.
Geo.
Yeah. Or JEUX hyphen DHANN.
Make it Irish.
I added my second middle name is Gossamer, because I really like spiders quite a lot.
Okay. Is that a spider?
Gossamer is what they make. It's the silk. It's the web.
Oh, okay.
Web is made out of gossamer. So Jordan Redford Gossamer Gray. Brother's called Dalton, but you see how I made that whole story about me and not him.
Yeah,
that is my go-to
impressive.
move. Are you part of a family? Do you have siblings?
Yes, I have 1.5 sisters.
Right, that took me a minute to figure out the biology of that. Because of relation, not in terms of biomass.
Yes. That's not three. That's not 3 half sisters either. That is
one, right, exactly.
One,
okay. One and the one we don't talk about. No, I imagine you get on with them all right.
I do, yeah.
Good, that's good.
Yeah, my half sister lives in Cornwall, so it's quite nice to pop down there.
Yeah.
So it's an excuse to go to Cornwall.
Yeah, it's a nice place to be. I like the fairies. I'm quite into all that.
Okay.
Not in a spiritual. I just think I like the aesthetic. I like all the little trinkets and things, and the goblins and the gnomes.
Nice.
Oh, Cornwall.
Yeah.
Tea.
Yes, tea. Oh, it's too hot for me to drink yet.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done this before.
It's a good show. I'm enjoying it.
Yes, I'm really enjoying it. It's been really fun. Like I say, as I said off air, everything's been really different so far. Like had different chats about different things, and
I
talked about He-Man with John, and
yeah. Oh man, I bet that was fun.
Yeah.
I walked in obviously towards the end of Ross McGrain's episode, which may or may not come out before or after this. I would assume it's already out, but you never know.
Before, yeah.
And difficult not to jump in, because he's talked about so much stuff that's like that self-fulfilling prophecy of comedy, where if people are talking and they're not listening to you, you stop interacting with them. Therefore, you become more of a television program, basically. And what do people do with TV? They just talk if it's on.
Absolutely.
So it's self-fulfilling. It's so interesting. Comedy's like a proper sport. It's not a soap opera like people think. It really is a technical sport.
Yes.
Which is really fun.
Absolutely. That's exactly the thing. I mean, that's part of... you said you've not seen Terry Alderton.
No.
No. Yeah, that's sort of like... It's part of what he does. Is he does get people involved, but he also makes people scared to act out against it.
Okay.
Because he's such an absolute force of nature that he is so difficult to explain what he does. But I say he's like a freight train, because he'll start off being like, this is who I am.
Chugging along.
This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're going to be sort of like, we're all going to get involved at some point. We're all going to be enjoying it. But this is really why. This is what it is. This is, are you involved? Are you involved? Are you involved? And then he's just getting madder and madder and madder, and bringing everyone in and like ripping people apart. And it's just incredible. It's just an incredible thing to see, and I fully recommend going to see him.
Comedians that are willing to sort of hold the fort there and be the front line of new experimental stuff. Not experimental, but just
it's experimental.
Adversarial sort of. Have difficult conversations on the front line with people. That's cool.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm a little bit further back
from doing it.
Yeah, because it's like I said earlier, being transgender or being, I suppose, a slice of any minority, you're a sort of a political object. And the huge upside of that for comedy is that there's an inherent tension already in the room that you get to mine so easy. So I'm really spoiled. If I go on and I go, I know about 10 transgender comedians, and if you're listening, ladies, and they're all ladies, you're not all brilliant. I would have to say that, but 2 of you are, and I won't say who they are. I'm literally going to leave that out. 2 of you are. Can
you tell me a fact?
Yeah. But point is, and I'm not going to put myself in that category because I am just obviously arguably the best one. Not out of transgender people, out of all comedians in the world. I'm the best comedian that there is.
It's fair to say.
Yeah, thank you. But they're telling the same jokes. It's so easy. All the ones online when I started, I was like, I wonder if there's any other transgender comedians. Clickety click click click. Very first one. Hello, I'm Julie or whatever. You know what they say? It takes balls to do comedy. No, I don't know. Julie. You know what they say? It takes balls to do comedy, and then you get the titter from the audience, and it's like, "Oh, you genius! Who could have thought of that?" The very next one, "Hi, my friend said I should do comedy because I've got balls, and it takes balls to do comedy." I'm like, how can you have so little self-awareness that you know that that's the hackiest thing? Everyone in the audience is thinking of that joke already. Yeah. Don't do that joke. That's not how this works. Yeah. Be clever about it. One of the transgender comedians, I'm really narrowing it down, that is brilliant, that kills me, is Jen Ives. She's really, really funny. If you get a chance to see her, she's great, dry and surreal and really funny. And the other one, she'll remain a mystery, that I like, as if my opinion means anything. But yeah, I just get bored of the same stuff. Yeah. Really bored.
There's now 8 comedians. There's one going,
it's me. One of them's going, it's me.
Yeah.
I love that.
And there's 8 comedians going,
is
it me?
Is it me?
It's not. You're awful.
I swear you'd have to know if you was awful.
They don't know. I was talking about this with Russ.
Go on. What,
just that people are so completely unaware that they're bad sometimes, that they can't improve. Because there are people that are bad, but they know they're bad. And you can physically see them improving, right. And it's incredible. And you can watch them working, and they're like, and they go out and they do stuff, and they know it's not right. And at the time, they're stuck in their thing. So as an audience member, you're watching it going, they're just doing their set. But as a comedian, you can watch it going, you can see that they want to improve on that thing, but they're just stuck in that for so after that set. The audience will probably walk off going, well, they were awful, let's never see them again. Mm-hmm. But, as a comedian, you'll see them again soon, and they'll have improved. But that is absolutely not always the case.
I agree. I think comedy is self-policing in that sense, though. I don't think you could go for 2 years regularly and not at the end realise where you're at. I feel that unless there is a congenital brain thing going on there, and you just haven't got the part of your brain that takes in short-term memory. So, I don't know. I think somebody will say, people will take the mick enough that you'll pick up on the fact that one of these things is not like the other type thing. Yeah. But then at the same time, just like I was just saying, if you are a member of a minority and you're getting big laughs, like I get really big laughs for not very hard work because the tension's there. People just want to release that tension. I could easily be super not self-aware and think I was a comic messiah.
Absolutely.
Which is why I pretend to be. That was the greatest gift comedy ever gave me, is that I can walk on stage and pretend to be the person that doesn't know how easy it is to get a laugh being transgender, and that's literally what I do. Right. I pretend to think I'm Jesus, comedy Jesus. That's the most fun you can have on stage. Pretending to think you are the next big thing in comedy, because then you sort of get to, in your back of your mind, experience what that would be like as well. You get the fun of it and people know you're joking.
Because I quite like doing that as, again, someone from sort of an awkward perspective. I like going out and letting people know, it's all right, I know I'm going to smash this. But I'll still be sort of that awkward guy, because that's who I am. Yeah. But I'll sort of Like for instance, I was doing the doing the trifecta of the stands, and
the recent run that they just did, or
no, it was a while ago.
oh, okay.
I'm now on a list for the weekends.
Very nice. Very nice.
But I did the first two, and like the Edinburgh one, I drove up and I got stuck in loads of traffic on the way up, so I got there like real last minute, and I was just dishevelled, and I got into the gig and walked out on stage and just sort of like you've seen me sort of do like just a weird look sometimes, but I walked out and just did a weird look from when I got up there, like Jesus.
Look as if to say this is big or bigger than I thought? Or
no.
What do you mean?
I'll demonstrate to you.
Okay, and I shall attempt to describe for the listeners. Oh, like a fish out of water, typical thing of I'm anxiously assessing the situation. Yeah.
Go on, But so I walked out in Edinburgh and that just got a laugh, and I was getting a laugh. So I just thought, I'm just going to keep doing this for a second. So I did about 15 seconds of saying nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, which is powerful.
Fuck yeah.
My word, it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
If you can walk out on stage without saying a single word and you just look and people laugh.
Yeah.
And you can hold that.
That's amazing.
It's incredible. So I went out to Glasgow the next night and did it there, and genuinely about 30 seconds, didn't say a word. And I was just standing there going, I am good at this.
That's so true.
And but that's the funny thing is like sort of being that confident when you're getting those laughs for being that awkward. But it's great. And then I went to Newcastle, did the same thing, and nothing.
Right,
and then a woman just went,
weird.
"Go on, you could do it," which was so lovely. And then what won them back was like she thought she was helping, but what won them back was I just went, I know, I got this, and everyone was like, "Oh, okay," but it was sort of quite a nice.
That's a nice way around them, but that's amazing.
It was so funny.
It can't be though. Surely nobody could come on stage and actually be nervous for 30 seconds and not say anything. People have to know deep down that you're doing a very clever bit, not that it's real. But
I think
people do think it's real.
I mean, it could happen. Yeah.
I think people, comedy savvy people, obviously know the difference. But I don't know. I like how comedy vets the audience. I have 100% contempt for slightly stupid people, and that's something in life that I
literally say. Yeah. I hate stupid people. Yeah. In my set.
Yeah. It's hard to sort of marry that with wanting to be a good person, but I'm prejudiced against stupid people.
Yeah.
And there's a lovely thing about comedy where I can get up and say, you get up and you say something that is obviously untrue, or an opinion that can't be real. Kids, don't you hate them? They should all be fed to dogs. If there was any truth to that, you'd be a psychopath. It's comedy.
Yeah.
But somebody in the back goes, "Oh, I can't believe you just said that."
Yeah.
As if I'm advocating it, mate.
Yeah.
The point is you're laughing at me being so stupid that I would think that is what should happen to kids. And it vets the audience because you never will ever have to see those people again.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about comedy. One of my favourite things.
Well, that sort of reflects on what you were saying earlier of sort of people not believing things that you're saying on stage. Yeah. Like the other day with the woman who she was shouting something out. She accused my girlfriend of not being real.
That was odd.
Yeah,
and got a girlfriend.
She's a
chose a weird moment.
Real odd woman.
Yeah,
but she was trying to.
She wanted to laugh though.
She was trying to mock me, and my response to her was, "No, she's definitely real. We're really happy. I'm in a really good place at the moment."
Just really earnest and sincere.
And people were laughing, and I was just like, "You have no idea that I'm being absolutely genuinely true. Like I'm genuinely. I'm having a great time of life."
That's the extra level is marbling in like actual emotion and truth, because then you create something really special.
So I've done that a few times recently. Like a guy the other week during the kids stories bit. Did I do that?
Kids stories
where I turn anthropomorphized animals in kids stories.
That's like the saga, because they kept throwing more and more.
That's right. Yeah. But I did it the other week, and someone shouted out Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Which I point out would just become a mental health support group.
Different.
Which is like generally sort of quite a good response.
It's
Generally
a good
gets a good laugh.
analogy.
And I did it at a gig the other week, and there weren't many people there, and a guy just went, "Oh yeah, like this gig," and I said, and like kind of he'd said some stuff earlier in the night to someone else, and I sort of ended up having a very brief chat to him about his mental health, and how it sort of, he seems like he's probably unwell and he needs some help, but like it was in sort of quite a nice, genuine way, but it was also sort of a little bit tongue in cheek. It was fun, like it sounds like I was mocking someone for having poor mental health, but that's not what was going on.
No,
but as a result, he asked me about my mental health, and I said, "Oh yeah, no, I'm really good, thanks, mate. I'm really happy. I'm in a great place in my life, and I'm just having a really good time." And they're killing themselves laughing. I was just like, I'm being genuine. Why is this so funny?
Isn't that the gift? The real amazing gift that we get to take away from it is actually there's still so much of it that is. There's a magic that we don't understand, like right on the top, a little spark of like, why 100%. Did this not get a laugh this week and it did the other week? And sometimes a laugh coming out of nowhere that they give you didn't even put it in there, they laugh and you're like, oh, I'll keep that in the set. I don't know why they get it.
I've got jokes in my set that I've been doing for ages, and I don't know why they're funny.
Yeah. I get a laugh. I think it's the wrong kind of laugh, and you don't want the wrong kind of laugh, obviously. But I get one sometimes where I say, I'm quite tall for a girl, and I think they're laughing at the fact that I've said I'm a girl and they just think I'm a man. And that's the wrong kind of laugh. But I started getting a laugh at that point when I was going on to do a joke. I'd be like, see, the thing is, it's about how my feet stick off the end of a couch and something. I can't remember what the joke is. But I'm like, see, the thing is, I'm quite tall for a girl. It would get a little titter. So then I looked that bit, and the rest of the audience are like, oh, and I'm like, that's it. They gifted me that joke. I didn't have to work for that at all. Now it's in there all the time. I love playing with people's awkwardness.
That's great.
Yeah, comedy's magic.
I like that. Yeah. It really is. It really is. Just get to play with people.
And you feel like part of a legacy, don't you? I love the fact that we are doing the same thing that like Jerry Seinfeld turned into a kind of an archetypal thing, The fact that you can draw a cartoon comedian and it will look the same like that. The suit and the bricks behind and the what's the deal with coffee? I love that that's a thing, and we're doing that as well in a completely different way. Yeah. And then throwing music in there. But
that's the thing. There's a different way of doing everything.
Yeah.
And that's the great thing about that. So it's cool.
Yeah.
What do you think of this tea?
This is all right. Are you a fan?
First of all, when I first smelt it, thought I don't think I'm going to like this. Now I'm into it.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Peppermint's is cooling.
It's mild.
It is really mild, and it's the odd sensation, isn't it, that it's cooling, but the liquid is hot. So
there's like
it's paradox.
When it's going down, it feels cool.
Yeah, it's got an icy afterthought.
Yeah, it's really nice.
It's
like washing with
an axiom.
Mint and tea tree. Original sauce,
which burns you.
It burns,
but it's cold.
And makes your body cold.
Yeah.
I can't use it. I think I'm allergic to tea tree because it gives me a cough if I use it for an extended length of time. I know, it's weird, isn't it?
No, but your eye was itching earlier, so that's why I'm wondering if maybe you are, because you're dosing yourself at 2 teas a podcast, presumably something like that. Maybe
I'm allergic to stags. I don't know. This is the 4th cup of tea. I literally.
It is, isn't it?
Well, as the audience will know, you turned up at the end of Ross's podcast. So I've recorded 2 back to back. Yeah. I've had a lot of tea.
Maybe you're giving yourself contact dermatitis, as they say, don't they? If you are exposed to something too much in a quick space of time, you'll develop an allergy to it because your body's
really. Oh God.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I drink a lot of tea, so it should be okay.
Oh, okay. Right, then you're acclimatized.
Yeah.
To the brew.
Hopefully.
Can we talk about Pokemon?
Go on. Yeah, I've written it down because I'm not a massive Pokemon fan.
That's why I thought, because I don't know what it is.
You don't know what it is.
I'm joking.
What?
I'm joking. What's happening? I was going to do a bit.
Very good.
Pokemon.
Yeah,
it's a video game
it came out at the because it started with the cards, right?
Started with the game. 1994 in Japan, 1998 in the UK, and the cards and the game came out simultaneously.
Wasn't that late, was it?
Yeah.
Because it started at the. I'm sure I remember it starting as I was finishing primary school, but I finished primary school in 1996.
No, maybe you were a little late to the party in that regard. The cards came out slightly later than the games as well.
Really?
Yeah, the game 1994 in Japan it got issued, and I think the anime started in at least over here in 1998. And it was
Really?
massively off the back of the game, yeah.
Oh wow.
But the
then
games were out, but yeah, sometime.
Maybe I'm thinking of Pogs.
Maybe you're thinking of like Digimon, like a prick. That was really hard. I came in too hard.
No, it's fine.
Pokemon is it's a Japanese franchise where you catch these little animals and they evolve, which is the poor way to describe it because they don't evolve. They metamorphosize like a caterpillar might into bigger versions of themselves, with more teeth and claws, and you fight them dog-fighting style. And
it's quite cruel, really.
Yeah, it really is. And the protagonist is usually like a little 10-year-old. And I love it. And my engagement ring here, you see there, it's a Pokeball. I don't know if you recognise that as an emblem, but I'm big into it. And so that's presumably, I guess, why John Oakes would have mentioned it as a topic. But you're not. So you didn't get into it, or you enjoyed it, or
No, I think like a few of my friends got into it, but it was that sort of time. Like I think I was just the age where I could have got into it or not.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like kind of, but it just sort of passed me by.
But
Harry Potter passed me by at the time as well, and
sure.
I didn't get into it until later. And I did start enjoying Pokemon Go.
Yeah. I came to the Pokemon Go way late in the game.
Oh really?
Like last year.
Oh really?
Because no.
Is it still running?
Wi-Fi. Yeah, it's getting more and more updates all the time.
Wow.
But I like the actual games, not the little point and click flicky games. Although I think what a wonderful way to get people out and about. That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like that game could do that. No, but I like the
But
games.
also people died playing it, so.
But then people died drinking peppermint tea.
What?
You already are halfway there. So.
Oh no.
What else do we want to cancel? Christmas. Can't even say England anymore. What? Different people are different colours, and that's. I don't know how you feel about that. I don't know what I'm on about, to be fair.
No.
But just don't vote against your interests. Pokemon? What am I talking about? Pokemon. The new games are out.
You're big into Pokemon, aren't you?
So much. I want to be the very best. You know it. Like no one ever was. Bam, bam, bam.
What's this? The theme tune?
Bless you. Yes, it is. I thought it would be ingrained because you just hear it subconsciously.
No, I don't think I've ever seen it.
No, that's mental. That's mental. I love it, and we're getting matching Pokemon tattoos. Me and my fiance soon. But you know
what are you gonna get?
Right. Okay.
My friend's got a Bulbasaur on his leg.
It's original G 001 on the Pokedex Bulbasaur. Love me a Bulbasaur.
Yeah.
Right. You know what a Pikachu is, presumably.
Yeah.
You know that's the mascot. It's so popular that even within the game world of Pokemon, they know that Pikachu is a very popular Pokemon creature. So they make plushies, like cuddly toy Pikachus, to sell in the game of Pokemon. You can buy little cuddly toy ones. There is a ghost type Pokemon, a Pokemon that is essentially ectoplasm, that possesses the body of these plushies so that it can pretend to be a Pikachu and people will love it and take it home. Otherwise they wouldn't, because it's a ghost.
Right. And
it's called a Mimikyu. And I'm getting that tattooed, me and my fiance.
Okay.
With a little thing that says "I choose you." You must know that.
Yes, yeah.
So
I'm not entirely.
No, you've got a jumping off point.
Yeah.
So love it. Went to see Detective Pikachu the other day.
So there's several Pikachus, are there?
No. There's just the one. What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Like because to my knowledge, Pikachu was like a singular character.
Oh, I see what you mean. No, their Pokemon are species.
Right, and so, Pikachu is a species
of Pokemon.
Right.
But they are called the name of their species.
So there's more than one? Because I thought it was just the one that belonged to Ash.
No, thousands.
Oh, wow.
Ash has a Pikachu.
Okay.
Yes, you see. So it's like us saying birds.
So which Pikachu was it in Detective Pikachu?
Just a different Pikachu.
Okay.
Yeah, no, thousands of them. Like they're like mice.
Like Richard Herring's obsession with a Shrek.
Yeah, I've not seen that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What's
so on Rahulistapa.
Oh, because he's an ogre. Shrek is an ogre.
Yes.
So it's the old logic problem, isn't it? All ogres are Shrek, but not all Shrek. No, all Shreks are ogres, but not all ogres are Shrek.
Yes, but there's more than one Shrek. It just so happens that there is a Shrek called Shrek.
No.
Shrek is a type of ogre.
Is it?
Because there's more than one Shrek in, I believe, Shrek 3.
Yeah, but is it just the family, like his cousins or something, or is it?
But they're all Shreks.
That's weird. I didn't know that.
And there's just one called Shrek.
I didn't know that.
I believe that's true.
Okay. Well, Pokemon, they are named after what they are, and that's all they can say as well. Pikachu can only say Pikachu. It literally can only say that.
Good grief.
But there's legendary
ones. Did not expect that noise to come out of your mouth.
I like doing it adjacent to like a Johnny Cash impression.
Yeah.
Because that freaks people out. I shan't do it now. Yeah, I definitely will.
Yeah.
What's Johnny Cash sing? Because you're mine, I walk the line. You get that whole range from baritone right.
It's coming from one person.
Yeah. Pikachu. Right, and then there's legendary Pokemon. I know you're still there, listeners, right? So just stay in there. And there is only one of those. So, for example, mankind genetically took information from a Pokemon called Mew, of which there's only one, combined it with loads of other stuff, science-wise, and made Mew 2.
Yeah,
there's only one Mew 2. So there's only one of them, for example.
Because of Super Smash Brothers.
Right, yeah, so it's made its way into... It's the most popular franchise of all time. It's way outsold Sonic, Super Mario, yeah, definitely.
Wow.
Because of the...
Because that was going to come up as well. Oh, I've not written Sonic down, but that was...
The new game. I
discussed that with John, like, briefly after the podcast, so no one's going to be aware of that. But, like, do you think... that they purposely, because obviously there's the whole thing of like, because everyone's like, oh my god, they changed that for us.
Talking about Sonic the Hedgehog listeners. Yeah.
But then everyone's saying like, oh, they're all sort of, what about the eye lines are not going to match up or whatever. I think it's more than likely that they made the film with the version that they've got now, and then they brought out this terrible trailer. Not a terrible trailer, because the trailer actually makes it look quite good.
I liked it. I like the little spine with the electrical thing. I thought that was a nice touch, that his tendril was a bit... electrical.
I think Jim Carrey looks like he's back on form.
Oh man, I've got such high hopes for Jim Carrey's his Twilight years are going to be amazing. Because he thought he was going to disappear into like a painty obscurity. Yeah, but no,
he seems to be bringing it back.
Yeah. I think it's going to be cool.
Which is great. So I've always liked Jim Carrey for a long time. There's certain bits of Jim Carrey's career that I thought were too Jim Carrey.
Anyone can be guilty of that.
Yeah,
not being too Jim Carrey, but
like it's impossible to deny the brilliance of The Mask.
Absolutely amazing, so amazing. Video game movies adaptations notoriously awful, very difficult to pull off. Detective Pikachu, which I had to walk out of.
Did you?
Not because of the quality of the film. I was so excited to see it. So excited. I went to see it 2 days ago, and after 15 seconds, I had to leave because the kid in front of me was explaining to his parents what every single Pokemon was. In retrospect, there is a very strong chance that kid was perhaps autistic of some kind.
Yeah.
That doesn't my enjoyment of the film was completely compromised. So I didn't intervene. That would have been awful if I'd have said, "Excuse me, shut up." I just left, very disappointed, and I was thinking, should I have stayed? No, I couldn't have had a running commentary.
You could have complained and got
I got a different ticket.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. We just had a nice chat at the desk. It was like, there's a kid in front that explains whose parents, who have never seen Pokemon before, what every single one is, and there's about 700 of them.
I mean, it's really sweet.
It was sweet. Yeah. It was obnoxiously sweet.
Yeah.
Clearly an only child, because he was the only kid talking in the cinema as well. And it was jam-packed. We got the last 2 seats, me and my fiancé. So I left, and I'm still really excited to see it, but it looks like it's hit a home run, and I don't know if Sonic's gonna, but it might, which would be nice. The Super Mario Brothers movie, do you remember seeing that?
Yeah, it's terrible.
It was awful. And the production story of that production is like a horror story of where it started and where it ended up, and how many just on-set injuries, disputes and stuff. It's really a horror story. What movie would you like to see adapted from video game culture? Were you a gamer?
Yeah.
You surprised me. Go on. What
really?
Did you... No, I'm joking.
Fuck you.
What did you used to play? What was your...
I don't know. I tell you what would be fun. See Fallout.
Fuck, one of my favourite games.
Yeah.
Fallout.
That'd be great, right?
Series. I would, yep. Oh my god, listeners, a Pip-Boy watch has emerged.
Yeah.
Not independent of a human. It's attached to his wrist, in fact, which is where good watches ought to be. That's amazing. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's proper good graphics as well. That's not like a
it's really cool. It's spot on. That is...
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh no, I want that. Fallout or the Elder Scrolls, but I think Fallout maybe pips it to the post.
Yeah, I'd prefer to see Fallout over Elder Scrolls.
I'm writing a feature-length movie based on pre-existing IP. I shall tell you what it is, but I shan't say it on the air.
Okay.
And see if you remember it. What if I mimed it out to you? I reckon would you get it? How old are you?
33.
33. You're older than I thought you'd be, which is great. You've retained that, yeah.
Oh,
maybe it's older. Wait, what is that? Yeah, that's a good thing. It was a Sega Mega Drive franchise.
Okay.
From the
Streets of Rage.
Don't say it.
Oh.
Although no, it's not that. but fine.
Sorry.
So you could describe.
Is it? Right.
This is not podcast material, is it? It's How did I say?
I mean, you
without
can
saying-
tell me and I can cut it out.
Exactly. No, right. It's based on an IP. I'll leave it in the air, listeners. Play along at home, and you maybe you guess before the end, but don't guess on the air. But we can. So it was.
There's only one thing that I could think that could possibly be
Because of how ridiculous the rest of them are, though. Because it is pretty ridiculous, but it's very popular, though. It's not an obscure
just based on that
this one.
level of dance, but that's different to how I would have.
It's not a dance. This is not me dancing. This is me showing you the anatomic shape of the character.
Oh,
Do you know who it is?
Yeah.
I'm writing a feature length for that.
Are
This
you
is
really?
great radio. I love the subtext.
That's so good.
It's the closest project to my heart I've ever had in my life, which is so lucky because usually people's like passion projects are really obscure, like never going to get made films. But like mine's a summer blockbuster. It's actually got the potential to do what
that's
those
amazing.
movies need to do.
That would be who would play said character.
The person that we've just been talking about, Jim Carrey, as the titular character, the voiceover.
Of course.
It's a live action, but with a
His voice would be
Wouldn't it
perfect.
be? Yeah.
Oh
So
God.
yeah.
That's great.
I'm putting a lot of stock into it.
Amazing.
We've made it so exciting now.
Yeah.
If you want to contribute to the crowdfunder, there's no crowdfunder.
Yeah. I am working on the idea for a feature-length film,
Okay.
but not based on
So
it.
what else are we talking about? No, kidding. I'm kidding. Go on.
Yeah, I won't get into it because
No,
it's
I
gonna take
didn't
me
mean
years
to-
to
Oh, okay.
write. So
Yeah, but wait. So it's not based on video game IP?
no.
Okay.
No.
Because for some reason all movies need to be in my mind for some. Why would they need to be? So you're writing a movie. That's good. Do you need me to be in it?
Oh well, I mean maybe.
Oh, you should have
Maybe.
asked earlier. I'm busy now.
I need.
When are you making it?
When?
Yeah.
I'm
I'm busy then.
next week.
No, busy then.
Shit.
That's awkward.
Damn.
It's nice of you to ask though.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
we'll see.
how would you like to? I presume we're kind of closing. Are we? Are we?
I mean,
still
I don't think. Yeah, we've gone. What we've done? We've done an hour and a half. So
Oh
yeah.
wow!
Yeah.
Is this?
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah. We can wind it down. Why do you do some quick fire if you've got some last little bits or something? Or I can ask you a question.
Well, questions that I ask every time. What's your favourite tea? Are you a tea?
Yeah, I love English tea.
Big
English
big on
breakfast tea.
Yeah, just big English.
Super good with sweet
What's your
and soy
favourite?
milk.
What's your favourite English breakfast tea?
I didn't know there was more than one.
Yeah, it's brand wise.
Oh, brand wise, PG Tips pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Solid.
Twinings
Solid choice.
gets on my nerves a bit. Thai Fu is a bit strong.
Yeah, but thanks for sending me free tea, Twinings.
Twinings? Oh no, I didn't mean Twinings. Twinings is nice. Thai Fu gets on my nerves.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't realise this was Twinings, but
No,
I do
that's
like
not.
Twinings.
That's Teapigs. These are Twinings.
Twinings is nice. No,
It's right. They're not paying me. They're just sending me free tea.
Twinings is.
Say what you will.
But I prefer. I'll be honest. I prefer Teapigs
Yeah.
to Twinings. This is where, because I'm the guest, so if whatever
Yeah.
I say is like, you can provide the balance by saying, but also just to provide balance, Teapigs are shit. Don't say that though, because
No,
it's
they're
not.
not
It's really
though,
good.
because they're
It's really,
great.
really good.
I really enjoy it. Look, again, the tea bag.
So
is,
it's just an architectural
They're
wonder.
beautiful. They feel nice. They're nicely made. They're biodegradable. Big fan of that.
But I just mean, like, say Ross would have said as well, maybe even John, you have to provide political bias. You have to balance it out.
Yeah.
So if I come on and was like, I think Trump's got some good ideas, you'd have to be like, if you're on the radio, you're not on a podcast, but on the radio, you'd have to be like, so, let's hear from the Labour candidate or whatever, just to get some left-wing
Let's hear
liberalism.
from someone sensible.
Yeah, exactly. Your words, not mine.
It's all right. It's a podcast.
Right,
It's my podcast.
Right, so we've done English. Right, yeah, I like a bit of
Yeah.
PG Tips.
Do you? Are you? What kind of milk?
Soy milk sweetened.
Oh yeah.
From that Alpro's sweetened soy milk.
Oh okay.
Subtle sweet taste. Also, it's got phytoestrogens in, which is what I used to drink before I took actual estrogen,
Oh right.
which is really cool.
Nice.
So if you find yourself growing titties,
Yes.
maybe your soy consumption is a little bit high.
Yes, that is. It's not an issue I have. So.
Well,
fine. Are you a biscuit dunker?
very much so. Love a biscuit.
What's your favourite biscuit to dunk?
Digestives, just down the line.
Just a standard
Yeah, with nothing on.
blank digestive.
Yeah, rich teas.
Yeah.
Although
I love a rich tea.
I love a rich tea so much.
But the problem with rich teas are I will eat an entire packet in a single cup of tea.
Because it's like wafers.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like nothing there. They are the most structurally sound of all biscuits, according to research. You'd think they'd be the
Which too?
weakest because they snap, but if you dunk them, because of their structure and the gluten or whatever, they will not break as much as any other biscuit on the market that we know of
Interesting.
on this planet.
So, I mean, I'm going to have to do some experiments at
Yeah,
some point.
yeah.
I want to do a biscuit special at some point.
Oh, but that's going to just be crunching all the way through.
No. Do you know what? Well, no, it won't, because they'll be dunked in tea.
Yeah. So you got me there.
What I could do there, though, is do like a live special and get sort of loads of local acts in,
Yeah. Get the lads in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yourself included, because
Yeah,
you're local. Get everyone in, get them all sort of sitting around on a stage, get loads of different biscuits in, and we'll sit there and rate them.
What them?
Rate them.
Rate them. Okay.
In front of a live
In
audience.
front of- yeah. Otherwise, that'd be very different.
Yeah.
I like that. That's nice. Pink Panthers, pink wafers, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Classic.
If they'd
Big
even
fan.
survive in a tea. Would they just sort of disintegrate? Digestive. I like a posh cookie.
I like a bourbon.
One of those girls.
Yeah.
A
cookie's
bourbon.
good,
I like
yeah.
a bourbon. Mm.
Nice little Maryland cookie or something.
But a niece, little niece tea,
Yeah.
sugar-dusted nieces, and the old custard cream.
Standard
Very
custard
nice
cream.
Custard cream.
Yeah.
They're pretty alright.
Yeah.
Is that your quick fire questions? Because that's good.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, is that it? Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of other sort of like potential ones, but we don't always do them. Like, how do you make your tea?
Oh, I didn't know there was more than one way.
Well, yeah.
Oh, milking.
Yeah, like milk first.
Yeah.
You milk first.
Because of burning the tea.
Right.
Is
Yes.
that sound or am I mental there? I don't know.
There is sound reasoning behind it.
Yeah. But
Many people would argue because apparently you need boiling water for the tea leaves to infuse properly. But I've also heard that water at 80 degrees is the best temperature. So
Right.
I don't know exactly what's right. And I'm going to have to do some research on this and experimentation and see
if
what
you're
works
up a
out the best.
mountain, it would be different, wouldn't it? Because the air pressure.
Absolutely.
And that's
but John,
good advice.
John Oakes also said that he read somewhere that like many tea companies will recommend that you leave the tea bag in the milk to infuse in the milk.
In the milk, yeah.
To start with,
I quite like
and
that.
then you pour the hot water in, and apparently that will get the best flavour out of the tea bags.
The other one thing that it helps to avoid is overflow, because then when you take the tea bag out, you've dispersed that amount,
Absolutely.
so it's not going to spill. You can carry it around the room, go for a little jog.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Good. This is a very good point.
very good podcast.
Many people will argue against that because the standard is bag first, hot water,
You're
then
going to
milk.
say the standard is sort of stationary at a table or in front of the telly. Yeah, I know, but those people can fuck off.
Good grief. Just smashed a cup as well. So please don't do that.
I just thought, oh, a lovely way to close the podcast. But just bang on that.
I'd say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you do a radio show as well?
Yep, Phoenix FM in Brentwood, 98.0 FM, or as I like to punctuate it, 98.0. I still say the point though, so it's redundant.
Yeah.
0.0 FM every Sunday from 4 till 6.
Oh, cool. Yeah, lovely.
It's good, I'm good on it.
So, yeah. Oh, yeah.
On account of my talent.
Yeah. What do you? What sort of stuff do you?
Guest-based,
is
chat-based.
it?
Had some lovely guests. I had Scroobius Pip on the show.
Oh, lovely.
Boy George gave me some idents for the programme as well, which
right,
was really nice.
That's amazing.
Sexy people, sexy times. An excellent host.
Yeah.
And
Who's
just took. just got finger blasted.
Yeah, finger
No,
gun.
I didn't. That's awful.
Finger guns.
Finger guns. Yeah, finger guns.
Finger Blasted is a different podcast.
Yeah, it's a feminist podcast.
Yeah.
So I do that radio show. Also, comedy's good. Do support your live comedy.
Yeah,
much
absolutely.
As echoing the sentiment of
you
Ross
doing
McGrain.
Edinburgh?
I'm up there with a collective of working class comedians called Best in Class.
Oh, great. Is that
Michelle Davis and her crew.
Cool.
It's
Is
gonna be
William Stone doing that?
He is.
Yeah.
William Stone. What a lovely way to end a podcast with a William Stone
I
joke.
love William Stone. He's brilliant.
amazing.
Go on. What's that? You're
The
gonna...
bit that killed me the other day, and I don't know why I found it so funny. It's funny, but not this funny. I don't have any pets. that I know of. Just kills me. Really kills me.
Yeah.
William Stone.
Great. Love him.
Love
Brilliant.
William Stone.
Well, thanks so much for coming on. It's been really fun.
It's been fine. It's been really lovely. Thank you very much for having me. This is a successful podcast. I sense its trajectory heading, if not into the stratosphere and beyond, then at least as far as your own personal satisfaction with it. And what more can we ask for in this world?
Yeah. The great thing is I never need to have Russell Brand on this show now either.
Well, because you've got a sound alike. Nor Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Nor Pikachu. Nor Johnny Cash, apparently.
Yes.
That's more than I thought I had.
I know it was Jeff Goldblum. Yeah.
Tiny variations in the chaos theory. You remember that in Jurassic Park?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might fade out during that.
Yeah. I could just ramble and fade out.
Yeah.
What else does he say? Fuck.
No,
he doesn't say that.
Yeah. Well, he might do, but in the outtakes.
In the Marvel movie. He plays the Guardian, doesn't he? Are you a fan?
Does, yeah.
The Sparkles. This guy, he's threatening me. That one when he's I like that. I don't do that as well.
Nice. Funnily enough, speaking of loud children during movies, when I was watching Avengers Endgame the other week, that completely packed out, sold out cinema, and then some woman took her kid, but like a baby. Just cried the whole time.
Yeah. What? Why?
Ridiculous. So, and I just wanted to bring that up because if you are either that woman or someone who takes crying children to the cinema, go and live in a reservoir.
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't come out.
Yeah, movies can make it as far as reservoirs. If you were desperate to see it,
absolutely.
I can feel the pain of wanting to see it, but don't bring an abomination with you.
Oh, incredible. And on that note, Jordan calling... I mean, you can make that noise all you want, but you've said it now. Oh, brutal.
Yep, babies are shit. This is where it's all coming out now, but that's the end.
Oh, we should have ended 10 minutes ago.
If you want more, part 2 is not coming up. Love you very much.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
I was going to have Jordan back on, but I won't now. So
no.
Great, in case that happens again.
Thank you very much for having me. It's nice.
And yes, thanks very much for coming on.
Cheers. Do you do a clink? Is that a thing?
I haven't done it, but
clink, 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 clink.
Yeah.
The rest of that wasn't real. That was me.
Yeah, I know. It sounded real, but cool. Thanks very much for coming on. Thanks for listening. I love you all. See ya. Bye. Say bye.
Oh, me as well. I'm sorry. I thought that was your sign off.
No, you.
Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Well, that was brilliant. That was genuinely really brilliant fun. I really enjoyed that chat. It was a lot of fun to edit as well because it's just really good fun. I really enjoyed it. I hope you liked it too. Now, if you want to follow Jordan on any social media, don't forget to do so on sort of Instagram and Twitter. It's at TallDarkFriend. The website is www.jordangrayofficial.com. What's brilliant is my girlfriend told me yesterday that someone on the phone to her called her up and was telling her a website, and did so by saying, so you type in 3 W's followed by a full stop, which is just incredible. Like, who has got to this point without knowing the correct way to just say www. It blew my mind. I really enjoyed that. And don't forget to come and see the live recording of the Comedians Tea Party on that same day. Stuart Goldsmith is coming to preview his show, and he's coming to record a live episode of the Comedians Comedian podcast, which is his own extremely popular podcast. And Jade Adams is also previewing on that day, and I do believe he's got Jade Adams on the Comedians Comedian podcast after their preview, so that's gonna be really fun. So come and watch, come and hang around for the whole day. But there in the evening, I'm at 11:30 in the morning, which is, I think, late enough that people should be able to make it down after a Saturday night out. Come and get some hangover food and watch the podcast being recorded. It's gonna be really good fun. The guest is going to be spectacular. Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, I'm still in a whirlwind of stuff because I'm buying a house any day now. I'm going to be moving in, just still waiting on estate agents to tell me whether or not we actually are moving into the house or not. And it's frustrating. I understand why people moan about estate agents all the time. It's frustrating. Hey, nothing against the estate agents except a little bit against the. I mean, it's solicitors as well. They're all nightmares, aren't they? Anyway, it's happening. We're getting there soon. It's very, very exciting times, but also stressful and frustrating. Please, like I said earlier, don't forget to check out the previews and shows that I've got coming up, like Faversham Fringe on 12th of July and 11th of August. A proper show at Camden Comedy Club. It's not a preview anymore, it's just going to be the show, I think. We'll see. It depends whether or not I think it's good enough. No, it's really good fun. Yeah, I'll see you all soon. Love you. Bye.